Putin's Glamour Burns by Pussy Riot. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.
We turn now to breaking news in Russia, where 3 members of the feminist punk group Pussy Riot have just been found guilty of hooliganism for staging a peaceful protest against Russian leader Vladimir Putin inside an Orthodox church. As we go to broadcast, a verdict in a case that's drawn widespread attention from around the world is still being read in court, and the sentence has not yet been announced. On February 21st, 5 members of Pussy Riot rushed before the altar of Moscow's Cathedral of Christ the Savior. They genuflected, danced, and issued a punk prayer, exhorting the Virgin Mary to get Putin out.
That was Pussy Riot's punk prayer with video footage for our TV listeners from the church protest. Well, 3 young women accused of participating in that protest have just been found guilty. They've already been in jail for 5 months. Their names are Nadia Tolokonokova, Katya Samutsevich, and Masha Aloshina. The case was seen as a key test of how far Russian leader Vladimir Putin might go to crack down against protesters. The 3 jailed performers drew admiration from around the world, with activists and musicians, including Madonna, Paul McCartney, Red Hot Chili Peppers, showing their support. In fact, the outcry was reportedly so intense the judge giving today's verdict was placed under state protection after officials say she received threats.
Protest actions in support of Pussy Riot were scheduled to kick off today in some 36 cities around the world, including here in New York. Well, for more on Pussy Riot, we're joined in New York by JD Samson, a feminist punk musician with the bands Tigre and MEN. She's been organizing events in support of Pussy Riot here in New York.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys?
It's great to have you with us. So tell us about Pussy Riot, who they are, who the women are who are now in jail, and the significance of this guilty verdict. The sentence is being read as we are broadcasting right now.
Right. I mean, obviously for myself, being a part of an activist, feminist, political band for the past 10 years, it's close to home for me. So for the past, 6 months, I've been trying to organize both shows in Russia and here in the States. And last night, we held a reading of all of the texts that the women have put out, both in the statements on the trial as well as their lyrics to the songs, which was really incredible. We had artists read them last night, and a lot of people showed up. Today, there's rallies all over New York, from churches to Times Square, and clearly we're all very upset about the verdict, which was read just a short time ago. So,
Democracy Now! Spoke on Wednesday with Alisa Obraztsova, an assistant to the lawyers representing Pussy Riot. She said the defense team believes the case against Pussy Riot is politically motivated.
We understand very well that this case is a political put-up job, and all the decisions concerning this process and the arrest of the girls were made by people who are high up in the civil service. We are more than sure that all the sanctions for all the actions concerning Pussy Riot were given by Putin or someone very close to him. We wanted to ask Americans not to cherish an illusion about Russia. Unfortunately, American people will never understand how the legal trial may ignore all propositions of law in Russia. And it is impossible to understand for people living in democracy how it is possible to live in the system of disregard of the law. Only way is to believe the society and not the government, because there's no common sense in such legal trials, and only the society reaction may describe the real situation in Russia in general and according to this court.
That was Alisa Obraztsova, representing Pussy Riot legal defense team, speaking to Democracy Now! From Moscow. She's in the courtroom right now, and we are getting reports that people who are protesting outside are being arrested. Juan?
Well, I wanted to ask you, if possible, to read some of the lyrics of the song that they sang in the church that has led to their arrests and now this trial.
Of course, the song was called Punk Prayer, Virgin Mary, Put Putin Away. Virgin Mary, Mother of God, put Putin away, put Putin away, put Putin away. Black robe, golden epaulets, all parishioners crawl to bow. The phantom of liberty is in heaven, gay pride sent to Siberia in chains. The head of the KGB, their chief saint, leads protesters to prison under escort in order not to offend His Holiness. Women must give birth and love. Virgin Mary, Mother of God, become a feminist, become a feminist, become a feminist.
We are showing now for our TV viewers live pictures of the verdict, and people can go online at democracynow.org. We also just read a tweet. Russian opposition leader Garry Kasparov has been arrested outside the Pussy Riot court. Why has this resonated like it has throughout the world?
I think a lot of reasons. One of them is that, you know, feminism is in a new wave, I believe, and I think that people have been you know, there's been things inching up, all these conversations about abortion and all these new laws happening this year, and I think we're just kind of at the top of this. And I think that as a feminist musician as well, you know, we're all interested in freedom of expression, and as artists, we can all stand behind them, whether we're Madonna, Yoko Ono, you know, or Sting or Paul McCartney. So I think it's just been a really incredible moment. Also, Russia clearly has no separation of church and state, and this is something that, you know, has been definitely important for us to think about. These women aren't allowed to say the word feminist. Feminist is a swear word. When asked in court what a feminist was, the judge said we don't need to answer that question. So these are all things that shock feminists all around the world. And
the impact on artists, especially in Russia, but around the world, of this ban standing up to this authoritarian government.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's really strong for everyone is that they are staying so incredibly confident and strong. They're standing there with their hands in handcuffs in a cage, smiling, because they know that what they've done is ignite a fire in the rest of the world, and they're extremely happy to have done so. And yeah.
And people can go to our website at democracynow.org to see them standing in that cage. We're showing live footage from the courtroom in Moscow. Again, the verdict has come down. It's guilty. The sentencing is being read as we are broadcasting. They face up to 7 years in prison. They've already been in jail for 5 months. The group Pussy Riot, JD Samson with the feminist punk musician band Tigre and MEN, thanks so much for being with us.